Hi everyone, it's Mike Mixon from Keyboardamerica.com and .co here in Lewis Beach, Delaware. Welcome to our Song of the Week and Buttons class. Now we're doing a medley this week of Beatles songs. I Want to Hold Your Hand and I Saw Her Standing There. Now in this video you're going to learn a couple tricks that you can do with your Tyros and Genos that you're going to find pretty interesting and can use it on different songs as well. So it's probably the first time we're doing something like this in the video. Now you can also go to my Genos Tyros video lessons page. There you can find all the videos on the Genos and Tyros. And of course with Genos we're still building the videos on how-to videos. But everything is there and easy for you to see instead of going to YouTube first, because you can really see what's going on. Also, our book bundles are there and prices and all that for every country. And if you purchase the book bundles, of course, you can get me to email you with all the chord changes and settings right on the song, on the music, and all the OTS settings on the back of page 1. And remember, print in color. So let's take a look now at the music for this great Beatles medley. Okay, so if you don't have the music and you're not a part of the book bundles, you're going to find this a little difficult to follow on this, but hopefully you can get it figured out. So we're using the twist style, tempo 132 for the first song. We're going to bump the tempo up to 150 for the second song, and that's going to be all right there. Intro to variation B is what we're going to use. Here we're going to switch the variation C. Here I've got some grace notes for you for your right hand, which is going to make it sound great. At the bottom of page 2 of I Want to Hold Your Hand, we're going to variation D, hitting the intro button and then bumping the tempo up to 150. So that we can start right here on I Saw Her Standing There. There's some more grace notes here and grace notes on page 2 and variations, all that stuff right there. So let's quickly get a look at the chords here. Okay, so here's the chords. We're using in F, 5, 3, 2 to C7, hold the finger down, slide up. We're going to D minor, 5, 3, 1 to A minor 7, back to F, C minor, D minor, A minor, B flat, C. Now, for the bridge, we go C minor 7 to F7. And you can see, hold those two fingers down. Right there, back to your B flat, to your G minor 7, back to your C minor 7. And you can see, hold the two fingers down on the G minor 7 and go to that C minor 7. Now that's the chords in the first song. In the second song, going to be a lot easier. We only have a few chords: C7, F7. G7. There is a D7 and a G7. And that's it. And we're going to look at the grace notes and all that as well and go to the right hand now real quick. Okay, here's a little trick with the guitars that I've chosen, and we're going to get into the OTS settings in just a second. But if you hold a note down, you can hear the articulation. If you don't hold the previous note down, you can hear the articulation come in right there. And you'll see that as I'm actually playing the song. Okay, on OTS 1, I've got a shadowed guitar. on OTS2, and by the way, I'll give you the volume levels there in just a second. On OTS2, I've got a shadowed guitar there as well, and you're going to see why in just a second, and why I chose this style. I think you're going to find it interesting. On number 3, I've got the shadowed guitar, steel acoustic finger guitar, and the boys choir all mixed together there. Now, if we take a look at the mixer here, on rate 1 we're at 96, on rate 2 for that acoustic we're at 127, and on rate 3, that choir, we're at 90. And on number 2 we're at 127, on number 1 we're at 127. On OTS 4, we have the shadowed guitar, hold it fast organ mixed together. And actually the volume levels are 107 for the guitar and 127 for the hold it fast organ. Okay, so the reason I chose the twist here, and you'll see I'm starting out on variation B, was because when I get to the bridge, I'm going to variation A. It's a completely different. Take a listen here. You can hear that A gives you that really cool drum break, which I really liked. Now, if you want to play these songs individually and you don't want to do the medley here, there is a great style. If you go into your styles and go into oldies, and on page 3 there's a 60s vintage rock, and that tempo is at 142, and you can really hear intro 2 is the one to use for this Beatles. So you can use that style as well, and great style for a Beatles tune. But now that I'm going to play it, you'll see why I decided to go with the twist. Okay, so here we go with the medley for Beatles, and just kind of pay attention to what I'm doing over here in my variations. you see how handy that variation A came in on that song? Okay, so you can see how you can use an intro in the middle of a song, and it works terrific with some of the big band stuff. It gives you an automatic improvisation without you having to learn how to do that. So you can use it great on big band pieces. Just give it a whirl sometimes when you're going maybe from the beginning of the song to the bridge to the chorus. Whenever you want an improvisation, just hit one of the intros while you're playing the song somewhere in the middle. So I hope you enjoyed this week's medley, and keep in mind you can do them one song at a time. I just wanted to show you a little bit about the style there and the twist and how different that variation A was. Always remember to listen to all of the styles and the variations. Do your homework, because that's how you find great styles for songs. So until next week, this is Mike Mixon from Keyboardamerica.com saying have a great day, keep playing, and see you next week.